Hello and welcome everybody to the Coral ISD Athletics Center. I am Elijah Joseph, joined with Noah Salem, and this is KEHS and EPAN here as Eastwood High School is set to take on Eastlake.
Getting ready to enroll this big game between these big teams in El Paso.
Absolutely, I mean, you see the records, both of them having a few losses and a few wins. Eastwood, of course, is 3-2, and Eastlake coming in at 2-3. First kick, which is going to bounce out at the end zone,
Putting Eastwood in some great positioning to start the game.
as the intended receiver was obviously Jaden Deal last week had the great game, the great first points on the board for Eastwood, the special teams kick return. We'd like to see if he can do something like that again, which is going to have to against this Eastlake defense.
And, I mean, what a player on defense as well last game. He had a couple amazing plays.
Absolutely, he was a shutdown corner last week. Some great stuff. We'd like to see him repeat some success again, along with the entire other team stepping up as well.
And we saw success along players like Jude Walker last week.
Absolutely, I mean, what else do we expect from him? Back-to-back huge games for him.
Oh, of course, really having to step up, seeing that the leading in receiving yards player, Fabian Penalosa, stepped out that game.
And Camacho will call his number first and pick up around 1 yard on the play. Excuse me, that will go for around no gain there. So Ethan Camacho, for the first snap of the game, takes it around nowhere. Obviously, Ethan Camacho had himself a big game last week, having around 5 touchdowns, 4 or 5 touchdowns, a few on the ground and a few through the air.
He did see a lot of action last week. Hoping to see this player really come into his own this game, trying to get used to it, find his way.
Ethan using his speed again, however, he's blown up on the play by a defender, losing a yard there.
Jeez.
So back-to-back plays for Ethan Camacho. He wants to use it on with his legs. How's that going to fare up on a long third down like this? That is his 3rd and 11 coming up here on the first drive of the night.
I mean, it's not looking good. It's not looking good for Eastwood. They need a big play here.
Absolutely, they're going to see maybe how they want to throw that ball to their talent out here at the receiver position.
I think they just got to slow it down.
We'll see here at 3rd and 11 as Ethan drops back, airs it out. He's got an open man down there.
Great first down made by Eastwood. Number
Great.
16.
Great catch, excuse me. Number 6, Caleb Flores there.
6
for Eastwood.
My apologies.
So good stuff. Picking up the first down there as Ethan's first pass is complete.
Let's see what we can see him do from here.
However, they're going to hand it off to, of course, their playmaker, Jaden Martinez. And Jaden's going to be stuffed a little bit short and pick up maybe a yard there on the play.
And, I mean, we saw a lot from Jaden Martinez last game. We saw him really showing off his agility, seeing those moves he made, even hurdling the man last game.
Absolutely. You saw how he was able to execute on that one of those run plays. Just great stuff there, which would be absolutely great if he could repeat again. Ball to Jude Walker, of course. Needs no entrance there as he shifts, and it's free, and he activates the Jets. Jude Walker still not being tackled yet, eventually being brought down at around the 23-yard line, all the way in Eastlake territory.
Great stuff from Jude Walker. You really see him utilize that spin move all the time, able to find the gap and just take off.
Absolutely, so elusive and so quick there, as it looked like he was going to get stopped around maybe picking up 4 yards, but he turned it up and got him like another 20 there. So crazy stuff from Jude Walker there.
Great stuff.
So subbing out Jude Walker, you have the other star, Jaden Deal there at the bottom. Keeping it with Jaden Martinez. Jaden's going to get it around the 20-yard line there.
Really trying to make a fight, but was brought down by the Eastlake defense.
So call it 2 on the play, which will bring up around a 2nd and 8.
You know, we've seen this team go back and forth with its previous opponents, hoping to see a difference from Eastlake.
Absolutely, but I believe that they want to get some points on the board, and they got to score. All these other receivers are going to have to step up like Jude Walker.
Oh, for sure. We need to see some players step up this game if we want to see some points on the board.
And ball was intercepted. Intercepted by Eastlake defender. He's turned on the Jets, going down the sideline. The 20 at the 10, and he's going to take it all the way for Eastlake Falcons. Pick 6 there.
What a way to start the game against Eastwood, really showing that they're not to be messed with. Amazing read on that play. What a catch. Took it to the house. Great stuff from Eastlake.
Absolutely a great play there on the defense. Of course, we've seen this Eastlake defense, which has looked absolutely very sharp these past few weeks. Great stuff as he's going to able to take it for 6, putting up 6-0 on the board so far with 9:09 to remain in this first quarter, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's see, how's this extra point going to be?
Hernandez's point is good, so it is 7-0 now in the first quarter. So Eastwood will get the ball back right now. Gonna definitely have to clean something up there in the passing attempts.
I mean, what a pick. You know, you just saw the defender read that ball and just connect with it. Like, I couldn't break it down better.
Absolutely a great read
Textbook
there.
defense.
Great stuff there from Dominic Soto with the pick 6. So obviously going back to the quarterback position, Ethan Camacho will have to clean up his game a little bit if he really needs to succeed, because that is not a great way to start on your first drive of the game so far. Obviously, you've been starting. This is now your 3rd week of starting ever since the injury to quarterback Joseph Cox. Keep your confidence up. Keep your head up. Just focus on your playmakers. Focus on getting that ball into their hands, and you'll be all right.
I mean, we just really got to see how Eastwood responds here, and I think that's what they're great at. You know, how they respond to these rough plays happening. We've seen it once. We've seen it before.
Absolutely interesting kick formation there from the Eastlake Falcons. Looks like it's going to be a great kick that will end up working out for them. Jude Walker now with the ball. And Jude Walker is going to be tackled down into the end zone. Wow. Tackled very short. That might be at the 1-yard line. We'll see.
Wow.
See where the ball was placed. But if not, that was a phenomenal defensive play there for Eastlake.
You know, I mean, that looked like it was almost a safety there. They are going to mark it down at the 1s.
Absolutely. That was absolutely scary stuff there. Jude Walker usually, as soon as his ball gets into his hand, he's able to make a play with it. However, being stuffed very short there as a phenomenal kick there from the kicker. But did you see that defensive formation and how they all lined up right next to each other on special teams?
Oh, yeah. And I mean, I noticed that at the very start of the game. Interesting way to line up. Looks like they were trying to scare Eastwood.
Of course. And
it
Jada
worked in their
Martinez,
favor.
he will get the ball level, bring it up to around the 6-yard line. 5 or 6-yard line. They're picking up 5 on the play, it seems. So getting them out of the very dangerous territory and safety position for the most part. See if they want to throw it here to a little comeback to Jude Walker to take it up the field. Or see if they want to attack these other receivers as well.
They need to get out of that dangerous positioning here.
Absolutely. They're going to give it back to Martinez. Martinez is going to dive down, pick up around 4 on the play, bring it up to the 9-yard line. So picking up around only 1 on the play, it seems there. Ball is going to be placed at the 8-yard line. So 3rd and 4 here, backed up all the way at the 8-yard line. Obviously, they picked up the first down earlier. Can they do it again here as they have the 5-man spread out at the receiver position?
Looks like they're going to pass here.
Or see if Ethan wants to keep it with his legs.
Oh.
Throw incomplete, intended for number 4, Jude Walker. Looked like he wanted to hit Jude once again on that little comeback route, but Jude seemed to have had other plans with the route.
You know, I mean, I feel like that just Camacho got rid of the ball too quickly on that play, not giving Jude enough time to respond and even tripping up Jude in the process.
Absolutely. So your first 2 possessions leading towards nothing so far. So Eastlake will get the ball here right now. Score is 7-0 with 7:55 to play in the first quarter.
Eastwood will punt this away. Smart decision, as Coach Lopez likes to go for it, but when you're just in this type of situation, you can't.
Absolutely. Brandon Gomez with a great kick.
Amazing kick.
Getting caught around the 50-yard line. Eastlake turning on the Jets. Only has 1 man to beat. And it looks like Eastlake is going to take it in for another touchdown there.
Wow. I mean, what a return there.
Wow, great stuff there from, looks like that is number 9, the kicker, Santiago Hernandez, who's able to return it in for another Eastlake touchdown, bringing the score 13-0.
Interesting stuff. Did you say the kicker?
Looks like it, number 9 there. That is the man.
Wow.
And he is. So scoring the touchdown and lining up right away to kick the extra point.
You don't see that every day.
You sure don't.
I mean, you just saw how there was no defenders on that ball, really only having to face about 2 defenders on that play.
Absolutely. So the kick was good, bringing it scored 14-0. So you score a touchdown, and then right away you kick an extra point. Wow. Kicker's having a great night so far already in this first quarter.
Sure is, Eli. I mean, can we talk about how fast of a start it is to this game? 7:39 left to go on the clock, and you already got 14 points on the board.
4 minutes and 21 seconds have already occurred in this first quarter. What was thought to be a very good and very close game has not started off that way so far, as Eastlake has been dominating defense and offense, along with special teams as well. Excuse me, only defense and special teams. We have not seen the offense come out to play at all yet, and it is already 14-0.
Wow. I mean, you can already tell the team's going to have a good night from just that alone. Their offense hasn't even seen the field yet. We haven't even seen the great likes of their quarterback yet.
Absolutely, and we'll see once he eventually comes on the field how much more they're going to want, how much more aggressive they want to play, especially if they continue to rack up on their lead.
And that quarterback, Luke Lamelli, we've seen some great stuff from him, being one of the top-ranked quarterbacks in Texas.
So Eastlake with a little fake on the little kick right there, looks to spread out their entire special teams out wide. And picked up by Jaden Deal.
Another deep kick from Eastlake.
Jaden Deal following his blockers, getting inside, being brought down at the 30-yard line for Eastwood to take over.
Decent positioning for Eastwood.
Good stuff. So Eastwood, so their offense will be coming out once again. Ethan Camacho there, obviously threw the interception, and they had forced the 3 and out. How is he going to clean up his act here?
Let's see what difference they can make to this defense. Start having a rough start to their first couple possessions.
Absolutely. So Jude Walker, I believe. Jude Walker and Jaden Martinez are your 2 men out there. They're your 2 playmakers. But you got to use the likes of all these other positions. Of course, with the injuries, it's very unfortunate. But you have the likes of number 5, Aiden Manhart down there. See what you want to do to him. However, Camacho will throw it up to Jude Walker, and Jude will bring it up to the 39-yard line. So picking up around 8 there on the play.
Jude Walker again, and we just seen Ethan Camacho and Jude Walker connect on a couple of occasions here.
Absolutely, the 12-4 connection, as I like to call it. But he's going to have to branch out to his other receivers today. Camacho throws that. It looks like one-handed catch made there by number 88, Alex Sanchez. So ball was a little behind him. He was able to bring it in. Picking up a first down there for the Eastwood Troopers.
Nice catch made by Alex.
Absolutely.
And that was a weird position. Great body position by Alex Sanchez. Way to really turn it around.
Great stuff. So the ball will be carried by Jaden Martinez. Jaden's going to fight for some yardage and bring it up. Oh, getting stuffed, maybe picking up around 1 yard in play.
I mean, you basically had the whole defense on that man there.
Of course, but going back to the catch earlier by Alex Sanchez, that was an insane stuff. That ball was placed behind him. It looked like he was just able to reach out with his right arm and pull it in.
I mean, again, that's just amazing body position.
Absolutely. That's another receiver out there who we have not seen do much this entire season, but will sure be one of Ethan's targets tonight.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Camacho drops back. Ethan's going to air it out. He's got Caleb Floaters there.
Immediately getting taken down by 2 Eastlake defenders who are really on that ball.
Great pickup there on the play. Great ball placement from Ethan there, just getting it right into his receiver's hands.
I mean, just the difference we're seeing from this possession is slow gain of yards, but they're being consistent with it.
Of course, and Ethan's going to run it, picking up the first down and more, being tripped up and eventually getting down at the 41-yard line.
Great stuff, and we've seen that speed of Ethan Camacho in the past.
Absolutely. He's been able to just be very dominant on the field when it comes to using his legs.
Amazing stuff from Camacho there.
Of course, I mean, that is going to be another feat if they want to win this game tonight. Ethan, you're going to have to run with your legs, which you've been very well at today. Pass to Caleb Floaters. Caleb cutting it up the middle. Thought he had some space, but eventually being brought down towards the 40-yard line.
Another nice little pass there. Really working those small, quick passes, as I don't think the deep passes will work in their favor in this game.
I mean, we'll see. Ethan has looked very confident on his deep balls. I've seen earlier last week. We've seen last week and the week prior his connection to Jude Walker when throwing it down the field. I'm sure they're going to want to use it again tonight, which is it's looking very well.
We'll see how he does.
And he airs it out for Alex Sanchez, and Alex is unable to make the reception there. 3rd and 8 still.
Looks like the quarterback-receiver connection was a little off there.
It looked like a great ball from up here. Maybe Alex Sanchez just wasn't able to haul it in. However, he is 6 foot plus, so it would have been nice to see him use some of his height. So 3rd and 8 here at the 39-yard line in Eastlake territory. Obviously, you want to pick up this first down, and you might go for the fourth down conversion.
Looks like Ethan's going to run it.
Ethan's going to run and bring up around to the 32-yard line, picking up around 7 there on the play. So it's going to be a very short 4th down here, it seems.
Knowing Coach Lopez's play calls in the past, I feel like he's going to go for it here.
Absolutely, he's going to have to, but it looks like how are they going to want to do it here, if they're going to want Ethan to run it once again, or if they want to bring in Chavita there to pick up the first down, which
I
he
mean,
always does.
The smart play to do here is just to run it.
Absolutely, and that is what they're going to do. Running up the sideline, still not going down, eventually picking up 5 on the play, being brought down out of bounds towards the 25-yard line.
Camacho's speed worked perfectly in his favor there, seeing as 2 defenders were already behind that line of scrimmage, almost taking them down, but he really just turned on the Jets and got that first down.
Absolutely. Taking a look down to the sideline, you can see, on the track, you can see Waterman there for the Whataburger night here at the sack.
Airing out a couple of goodies into the crowd.
Absolutely. Ball is at the 26-yard line. 1st and 10 here. Fresh first down here for the Troopers. Giving it up to Martinez. And Martinez is going to be tackled right as he gets through the line.
It's going to be a quick takedown by the Eastlake defender there. Great stuff.
So 2nd and 11. Looks like they're going to lose a yard there. Been able to move the ball very well here. It's been quite a long drive so far. 2nd and 11 at the 27-yard line. Giving it up to Martinez once again. Martinez activating some speed, going up the sideline, picking up a first down and more, eventually being brought down towards red zone territory at the 10-yard line.
Wow, some great agility from Jaden Martinez there. Really swerving his body, being able to find that gap, find the pocket. Great stuff.
Jaden Martinez utilizing his speed once again, which he's done all season long, picking up first downs and more when it matters the most.
And, I mean, that's just what you use him for. Star running back right there. They don't call him the cheetah for no reason.
Of course, 1st and goal here for the Eastwood Troopers at the 10-yard line.
Finally in that touchdown red zone positioning.
Ethan's going to keep it. Being brought down, picking up around 4 yards on the play there. Ethan took quite a big hit, it seems, from the defense.
And, you know, you see those scary situations for Ethan. That speed is amazing, but you see him get roughed up a couple of times. The difference between him and the old quarterback, Joseph Cox, is Joseph Cox had some grit on his side. He could take a couple of hits.
He did, however. We'll see what Ethan, I believe Ethan is still in good position as he just wants to keep running it, really sacrificing himself to get some points on the board, picking up around 2 or 3 on the play. So it's going to be a 3rd and short here in the end zone.
3rd and short. I mean, they're just really in some great positioning. Hopefully we can cook up some smart plays and Eastwood can get their first touchdown of the night.
Yep, 3rd and 3. See what they want to do. See if they want to see if they want to keep running it with Camacho, or maybe give it up the middle to Jaden Martinez, or see if you want to do a little short route to Jude Walker or your other receivers.
A lot of great options. Let's see what they're going to do.
We'll see. Look at the top. See, the receivers look a little undefended at the top left.
Looks like Eastlake's trying to find their defensive scheme here.
So it looks like all the receivers line out one-on-one. And Martinez is going to bring it right towards the end zone. Look to be short there on the play, but he's going to bring up a 4th and 1. Eastwood, I assume, knowing Coach Lopez is going to go for it. And they do, bringing in the big back, number 20, Nathan Chavita.
I mean, bringing this guy in, I think you know what's going to go down.
Absolutely. Chavita's looked great in this position all season long, getting multiple touchdowns when it matters the most, really utilizing his strength. So 4th and goal here. You see the tight formation.
Gives the ball right to him.
And Chavita's going to score Eastwood Troopers' first points tonight, going right outside when he thought he was going to go up the middle.
I mean, it just looks like he could have gone on forever. Great play made by Chavita. Way to find the hole. Good job.
Great stuff there as Eastwood's going to strike on the board here with 1:57 to play in this first quarter. 6-14 is your score, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, Money Messer, the man who can't miss, is up to kick the extra point.
I mean, like I said, they just need to take it slow, really play every play by play the play-by-plays. And they got into the end zone.
Good drive there for the Troopers, taking up around nearly half the quarter. And Derek Messer kicking the extra point for the Troopers. Good once again, like he's been all season long. Top 5 ranked kicker in all of the state of Texas, actually. Derek Messer.
I mean, just what a stat line. This boy cannot miss a kick. Only has missed 1 kick this season. Just one.
Out of around 33, it seems.
I mean, that's just an amazing stat right there.
So 7-14 is the score here. Eastlake is beating Eastwood Troopers here in the first quarter, which is nearly coming to an end. But it seems like Eastlake offense will take the field for the first time so far tonight, already in the end of the first quarter. You see the score already 14-7. That has been the likes of the special teams and the defense, both scoring touchdowns.
I'm excited to see what we can see from Eastlake here. Offense, again, finally taking the field.
Absolutely. See what Luke Lomelli is going to want to do here as he leads his offense at the quarterback position. Looked very great this entire season long.
A senior that's really coming into his own on this team.
Absolutely. So Messer's going to boot it out. Give it to his receiver.
Big
there.
kick.
He's got some good blocks. And he's going to be brought down towards the 30-yard line. To the 29-yard line where the Eastlake Falcons offense is going to take over for the first time tonight.
I don't even know what just happened to that receiver there. The returner looked like he might have tripped up. Let's see what Eastlake can do for their first possession with the ball.
First offensive drive tonight, of course, led by Luke Lomelli and all the other talent on this team, led by our Hall of Fame coach as well. Only 17 touchdowns to 3 interceptions ratio. You see the talent here. And they're going to give it off to the running back. Running back's going to take it up the field to around the 36-yard line there. That is, of course, Steven Galindo at the running back position.
From that first play, I can already tell this running back is quite shifty, as we saw a nice little move there from him. The Eastwood defenders were already on that, though.
Of course, great blocks, too, from the offensive line, which you've seen all season long, of course.
We'll see how the Eastwood defense adapts to this offense.
Giving it back to the running back, eventually being brought down around the 38-yard line there by number 8, Conrad Joseph Garcia, the playmaker on defense, which you have seen all season long. So back-to-back run plays, picking up a 3rd and short here for the Eastlake Falcons.
Eastwood hoping to make this stop permanent on this possession.
They sure do want this great stop, as there's a 3rd and 1 here. Giving it, Luke Lomelli giving a quick ball to his receiver, number 1. And he's going to pick up a first down and more, being brought down towards the 50-yard line. That was number 1, of course, Junior Throttman.
Great execution of the screen pass there. Great stuff. Amazing job from the blockers. And that receiver was just able to pick up the first down and more.
Of course, it looked like a quarterback. Looks like it was an option play there, because it looked like he held the ball out to his running back for a little while until he saw his receiver out the way, left by himself at the sideline.
Wow.
He threw a very quick ball to him, picking up a first down and more.
Amazing examples of how this quarterback can adapt.
And a back-to-back screenplay to number 1, of course, being brought down out of bounds by number 21, Diego Mendoza. So Eastlake already up in Eastwood territory around the 42-yard line, striking very quick here already with 22 seconds to play in this first quarter.
We have seen from Eastwood in the past how, they need to adapt to this offense, seeing how they need to play against them. And just this late in the first quarter with the lead Eastlake already has, not preferable for the Eastwood defense.
Absolutely. Looks like they're going to keep a tight formation there at the offensive line position. And the running back, Galindo, is going to bring it up, fighting for a lot of yardage, picking it up, eventually down at the 36-yard line.
Great stuff from the running back here from Eastlake.
I don't know if it's just me, but that guy's running hard.
I mean, he is. Really leading with his shoulders here.
Steven Galindo really using the speed and the strength that he has to follow his blockers and take it up the middle all the way to get all the yardage that he needs. So that was the end of the first quarter so far, ladies and gentlemen. 14-7 is the score as the Eastlake Falcons beat the Eastwood Troopers in this first quarter.
Very quick and eventful first quarter. Eastlake's showing they're not to be messed with starting the quarter off strong. 14 points on the board. Eastlake returning with 7.
Absolutely. So in this first quarter so far, we've seen this is Eastlake's first offensive drive this entire first quarter, and they're already up 14-7. Now, if you're just joining us now and you didn't see what happened, we had a special teams touchdown along with the defensive interception, taking it for 6.
I just want to say, great stuff from both teams. Amazing and better plays by Eastlake.
Of course, but looking back at Eastwood offense had a good drive. They had a good long drive so far, taking around 6 minutes to put some points up on the board. A lot of run plays, a lot of quick throws, and I believe that's what Eastwood's going to want to need. That's what Eastwood's going to need if they want to score some more points here. Just keep it cool, keep it controlled, nothing too fancy. Just use what's been working all season long.
Like I said, Eastwood just needs to slow down their game, and they become a great team.
Of course, giving it back to the running back, picking up a lot of yards on the plays. He's tackled by number 7, Miguel Solis. Looked like he was going to get stuffed short there. However, he broke right through the defensive line.
We've seen a lot of great open field tackles from Miguel this season. Really able to stop any running back that comes in that territory.
Along with the interception last week, which caused a lot of Eastwood momentum afterwards, picking up around 3 touchdowns there in that third quarter of last week.
Very long celebration.
Lumeli's going to throw it, ball and thrown a little behind the receiver there, which would have been a first down.
Looks like there's going to be a penalty on the play.
Jordan Rivella is the intended receiver there for Eastlake Falcons. Ball looked to be placed a little bit behind him there from Lomeli, throwing it his first non-screen tonight. So 1st and 5 there for the Eastlake Falcons. There was a little bit of looked at Eastwood jumped a little bit quick there. And see if they're going to want to run it here with his 1st and short.
Eastlake getting put in some amazing position to make it 21-7.
Absolutely, already at the 19-yard line though. Meli's going to keep it. He's going to use his speed going towards the sideline. He has blocks. Eventually being brought out of bounds by number 0, Jaden Deal, and there was going to be a flag there called against Deal.
I mean, that was just some great defense from Deal. Really able to stop the quarterback. We'll see what this flag is about.
Great tackle. Jaden Deal was using a lot of aggression there on the play as he just wanted to get Lomeli out as quick as he possibly could.
Nice little stop.
So it was called against the defense, which will move Eastlake up even further in the end, towards the red zone.
And this puts them in red zone positioning.
Absolutely.
And just seeing Eastlake and the way they've been playing, seems like a touchdown is right in their fingertips here.
1st and goal, ball's at the 3-yard line. They're going to give it up to the running back, fighting for a man, eventually getting into the end zone for his first touchdown tonight. First offensive touchdown tonight is given by Steven Galindo there, the running back for Eastlake here.
Just running over a man to get into the end zone. I mean, and this running back has some strength on him.
Absolutely some strength and some speed, which has been very dominant so far on that drive. You saw this man running hard. Steven Galindo there on the play.
I think we barely saw passes on that entire drive. And even the couple passes that we saw with that screen play was still very successful and very in favor of the Eastlake Falcons.
So Lomeli here in this first drive went 2 for 3, only completing 2 screen passes along with undershooting his man on what would have been a first down. But they get it anyways on the ground.
Amazing possession by Eastlake, and I think that's what Eastwood, wants to play. They want to play against better talent. They strive to show who they are. I mean, you've seen the injuries, we've seen what's happened to them. They want to prove that they're still top contender here in this district. However, they're gonna have to prove that that's right, as the scoreboard is already 21-7 in the start of the second quarter. And we have seen Eastwood make this type of comeback. We'll see if they can make it again. They're going to need to tonight, as this is quite a big game here. One of the first games this season on a Thursday night. Obviously, going to need some points here. Doing their nice little kick routine. So the special teams lining out wide. Once again, we saw them line up very short that one time, which worked very well for them, putting the ball at the 1-yard line, causing a 3-and-out. But they kick it short here.
going right out of bounds. Great kick there going towards the 24-yard line. Ball was intended, however, for Jaden Deal.
Going to put the Eastwood Troopers in some great positioning, and if they play this drive just like their last possession, it should work well in their favor.
So the flag was called against the Eastlake kicker, of course, for the ball going out of bounds. Of course, we know that's going to happen once it goes out of bounds. But it seems that they want that to happen instead of getting it into Eastwood's playmakers' hands. I'm sure they saw last week how Jaden Deal took it first possession all the way to the house for 6.
And we saw some great speed from Deal on that last game.
Camacho's got a receiver. Jaden Martinez there, it seems. Picking up a first down and more, getting stuffed around right towards the 47-yard line, picking up quite the gain there on the play.
Great play from Eastwood as we saw just an open field for that receiver and the 2 blockers in front of him.
Great play there. I mean, that is some great stuff that they're going to want to use this entire night. Nothing too flashy. Just keep it simple like that. Follow your blockers and pick up the first down and more.
Let's see what they could do on this play.
Obviously, you're going to want to repeat on some success like that. As Camacho's going to drop back. He's going to turn on the Jets once again, fighting towards the sideline, but eventually being brought down into Eastlake territory at the 48-yard line.
Really chased down by number 22 there, Matthew Metis.
So Eastwood's going to get it around a 2nd and short here, it seems. 2nd and 6. So 6 yards to go here. See if they want to give it onto the ground with Jaden Martinez.
Still playing a decent short game.
Camacho gives the screen to Jude Walker. Jude Walker's going to take it up the middle and be brought down towards the 39-yard line, fighting for some more yardage.
Great stuff from Eastwood once again.
So it's going to be a 3rd and short here for the Eastwood Troopers. Once again, we've seen this screen work very well this entire season long to Jude Walker, as he's just able to make all the plays happen after the reception. But a 3rd and 2, see if they want to give it back to their running back, what's the course, or if Ethan Camacho is going to want to call his number and pick up the first down. And that's exactly what he's going to do, is Ethan's going to take it up the middle. Looks to be a little short there on the play.
Even getting the ball pushed out towards the end there. The play was called before, but I mean, he was just stopped pretty fast on that play, putting him at the 4th down position.
So it's going to be a 4th and inches here for the Eastwood Troopers. Keeping Martinez onto the field, not wanting to use Chavita.
Looks like it was a first down.
Excuse me, that was a first down there. So the Eastwood Troopers will get the first down in Eastlake territory. They're going to give it up to Martinez, who's going to fight for some yardage and eventually be brought down towards the 39-yard line. Call it 3 on the play for him.
Great stuff from Martinez, like we've seen in the previous plays. Really able to find that gap and make something happen.
Absolutely. So you're here in Eastlake territory. You have a big play of the first play of this drive. You want to keep doing something simple like that. Obviously, they've been running it so far ever since that. And it seemed to work out well, picking up a first down and more. 2nd and 7 here. However, Camacho's going to drop back. He's going to flush it out. And that is going to be intercepted by the Eastlake defense. Dominic Soto with the 2nd interception here tonight.
Wow. I mean, we've seen this mistake the last game. We've seen this previously. Just the way he airs it out does not work out in their favor.
Slightly overthrown to his receiver there. Look, the ball looked to be placed very, very well. However, it was just slightly out of the reach of Jude Walker, as he was, of course, in double coverage.
Not great stuff for Eastwood. Let's see how the Eastwood defense can turn this around. Let's see how the Troopers can adapt to the situation they've been put in.
So Ethan Camacho, already his 2nd interception here in this game. It is still the early 2nd quarter. This is not how you're going to want. This is not an ideal start for him.
Definitely not.
So Eastlake is going to be backed up way deep into their own territory. Looks like they're going to have the 5 receivers out. So Lomeli is back there by himself. Not going to want to get a safety here, as they're not going to run it at all. It seems that they're going to bring in Robert Ramirez there, who's going to try and get the sack. And he overshoots his man.
Defenders getting behind that line of scrimmage very quickly, seeing Luke had to throw the ball away pretty fast.
Absolutely. We saw him drop back. We saw it looked like he had a lot of room. He had a lot of free breathing room back there, which is good. Obviously, it's in the great blocks from the tackle there, preventing Robert Ramirez from getting in there and getting the sack.
And we see a lot of great pass rushing from the Eastwood Troopers with the likes of Conrad Joseph Garcia on that defense. Flag will be on the play.
2 flags going to be called there, it seems. Excuse me, 2 refs calling the flag there. And it's going to be against Eastlake.
Wow, not good for Eastlake, seeing the position they're in.
So ball will be placed at the 1-yard line, pushing it back even further for a 2nd and 11 here. Eastwood absolutely wants this safety here, which would be great stuff for them. Or if not a safety, then an interception, which should put them in just beautiful position.
This could give Eastwood 2 points.
But it looks like they're going to keep the running back in, so they're going to want to fight for some yardage here. They do have 3 receivers out there on the right, however, look to be uncovered for the most part. And they'll take a timeout. So Eastlake's going to take their first timeout here with 8:49 to play in the 2nd quarter. But score is 21-7 with Eastlake backed up at their own 1-yard line.
I do think that's a smart timeout. Smart timeout to take during this type of situation. How do we feel? What do you think they're going to use? Probably the receivers.
You know, I got to disagree with you there. This running game has been very good for them with their running back. He's been fighting for a lot of yardage there. Of course, number 21, Steven Galindo, is just a very hard runner, it seems, picking up around 5 to 6 on every single play.
I do see your point.
So I believe personally that they're going to stick to this run game. Of course, get your receivers out wide to try and get as many defenders away from your running back as possible.
Really giving him that open range that he could succeed in.
However, another thing that we can see is Luca Melli calling his own number and rushing for some yards, which he's done all season long. Of course, he's got some wheels, he's got some speed. However, it is just a little frustrating for them being backed up so far away. I mean, you got your 1-yard line. Very scary stuff. And it is 2nd and 11.
Not great stuff for the Falcons.
So 2nd and 11 here. You got the 4 receivers out and, of course, the running back. They're going to Lumelli was going to throw it there to his receiver, which is going to be tackled right away, it seems.
Risky play, and I mean, I think we saw a smart decision by the receiver to not catch that ball.
Absolutely. That was some great stuff there from his wide receiver, of course, as Miguel Solis was getting in there to blow him up.
I mean, what a way to think on your feet there.
Great stuff there. However, it is going to pick up a 3rd and 11 here. Ball is still at the 1-yard line. You got to run it. You got to get a nice pass here.
Eastwood needs to keep on playing great defense here, and it will help them in the situation they're currently in.
Absolutely. Taking a look at the right side, however, you see the 3 receivers out there. Only one of them is matched up 1-to-1. Lomelli's going to throw it, and he overshoots his man.
That will make the possession 4th and 11 for the Falcons.
Number 11 there, Jaden Sharp with the incomplete pass.
I mean, great defense from Eastwood. Now they're going to get the ball.
Lomelli slightly overshot his man, however, on that play. But it will be a 4th and 11, so Eastlake, just like Eastwood did their 2nd drive of the game, is going to have to punt all the way from their own end zone.
And we see who they're punting to. That will be
Jude Walker, it seems.
Jude Walker.
Excuse us, Jaden Deal there.
Jaden Deal. And we saw a great...
So Deal gets the punt, and we'll take it up to around the 27-yard line there on the play.
Taken down pretty quickly, but amazing positioning for the Eastwood Troopers.
Absolutely great stuff. Obviously, we saw Eastlake on the punt return from their own end zone, taking it for 6. Eastwood would have been ideal for them to have that. However, a first and 10 around the Eastlake's 27-yard line is very nice too.
I wonder what we're going to see here from the Troopers, if we're going to see more of that running game or passes to the likes of Jude Walker again.
I mean, when you're at Eastlake's 27-yard line and the running game has been working well for you tonight, I believe you just got to stick with that. Of course, whether that's with Jaden Martinez or with Ethan Camacho. However, he will drop back and give it to the same play they did earlier, picking up a 1st down and more. And they will pick up a lot of yards there on the play, being brought down eventually around the 13-yard line. It looks like that was number 24, Jaden Martinez, with the reception.
And I mean, that was a great play earlier, and even better play here. really just utilizing that blockers and playing behind them.
Of course, you have the short little out route for the running back there to catch it and follow all his blockers, which has worked very well tonight the 2 times it's happened.
Great stuff.
Give it up to Martinez. Martinez fighting for some yardage, and he's going to pick up around 3 on the play, bringing it up to around the 10-yard line here in the red zone.
Eastwood already making a statement, trying to get back into this game.
So ball is at the 9-yard line, called a 2nd and 6 here for the Eastwood Troopers.
And that clock's winding down, almost getting into the 7:30 mark.
Seemed to be a very quick game so far. Ethan Camacho's going to keep it. Going to try, and he fumbles the ball, however. And the ball is going to be fumbled into and picked up. So Eastlake's going to pick up the fumble in their own end zone.
And that's just tragic news for Eastwood there.
So Eastwood not having the best of luck out here tonight as tragedy strikes once again. Eastlake's going to start back in their own territory with some good field position. So Dominic Soto was able to pick it up on the play there. He's been absolutely great here on this defense tonight, having 2 interceptions and a touchdown.
Wow. I mean, what an amazing defender.
Great stuff there. 3 turnovers, however, for Eastwood in this first half alone.
Not fun for the Troopers.
Not at all. They're going to give it up. They're going to pitch it up to the running back. He's got some speed and he's got some room. Fighting to go out of bounds, eventually brought down by number 13, Matthew Yarbrough there.
Going to be slightly pushed out of bounds, so just enough to get him. Just enough to make that stop.
So it's going to be 2nd and short here for the Eastlake Falcons. Obviously, we're going to see if they want to stick to this run game, which has worked very well this entire night. So it was a first down there for the Eastlake Falcons. Galindo's going to take up the field once again to the 33-yard line there.
Not much of a gain there from Eastlake. We'll see how Eastwood responds to that situation, as it did rough up their little routine they had going there.
Absolutely. Ball is at the 32-yard line, so it is 2nd and 8 here still.
Once again, trying to catch the Troopers off guard.
Lomeli swinging it out to the running back, who's got some room, as we brought out of bounds eventually after running into an Eastwood defender.
That running back not even running into the open field there, just kind of ran into a defender.
Of course, he's had great blocks this entire night from the remainder of his team. Picking up a first down and more as they're already at the 43-yard line.
Finding the contact. The contact came to him.
Giving it up to Galindo once again, who's taking it up outside and being brought down, fighting for some yardage, brought down into Eastwood territory at around the 50-yard line.
This guy's got some spunk as he looks to hit a player every single time, although that was going to bring him down.
Very powerful runs here this entire night, which we've seen, along with the agility and the speed. 2nd and 3 here for Eastlake. Giving it back to Galindo once again, fighting for yardage, being brought down towards the 44-yard line.
Oh, he just lives for that contact. That will be a first down for Eastlake, though. Great little play there.
Eastlake's run game has been very dominant this entire night so far.
Very.
It's like Eastwood's going to jump off sides once again, so he's got a free play there. However, he overshoots his man, throwing it out of bounds.
You can see why their run game has been stronger tonight.
Absolutely. They have a great running back in Steven Galindo, number 21, along with the rest of this team for blocking. Of course, the offensive line.
I mean, that offensive line has really been working numbers tonight.
It's absolutely great, along with these receivers who should know exactly what to do and how to block for their running back.
Seeing some play calls
So
from
still,
Eastlake.
still 2nd and 10, so it looks like no flag yardage there. Lomeli's going to call his number. However, he's going to throw it, and it's intercepted. Number 13, Matthew Yarba there for Eastwood. Great momentum there for what Eastwood's going to need, absolutely.
Way to switch it up. Great play by Eastwood as they disrupted that play pretty quickly from the Eastlake offense.
Of course, Conrad Jose Garcia there getting in for the pressure, along with Matthew Yarbrough and the interception.
Putting pressure on Eastwood. Putting pressure on Eastlake. Eastwood really just had an amazing defensive play there. Great stuff from Eastwood.
So Eastwood will take over at their own 40-yard line. Only 60 yards to go to get some points. 5:19 to play in the 2nd quarter. So Eastlake's first turnover tonight. Interception there by Lomeli. Only his 4th this entire season.
Interesting defensive scheme.
Camacho's going to escape the pocket, but eventually get no yards there on the play.
And we did see an open receiver there. Sucks to see it.
Camacho looked like he wanted to throw it deep there to his receivers. However, that offensive line just was not able to hold it up for him long enough.
And Camacho does face this problem quite a bit where he needs to react better on these quick little plays.
Of course, 2nd and 10 here. However, Jaden Martinez is going to take it up the field and pick up around 2 yards on the play.
That will be 4 defenders tackling Martinez. Already in that 3rd and 7 position.
So 3rd and 7 here for Eastwood, of course, only picking up around 30 yards on the play. How are they gonna want to throw it here?
You've seen them throw it to Jude Walker time and time and again. We'll see if they switch it up and go for the run here.
I believe they're absolutely going to have to throw it here if they want to get a first down. Maybe use that swing, that little thing that you do with Jaden Martinez there with the reception where he follows all his blockers, which has worked very well all night long.
That has been a play working in their favor.
However, Camacho's going to have it
wide open.
He's got a receiver there. Looks like 88 Alex Sanchez there picking up the first down for the Eastwood Troopers.
Great stuff. And like you said earlier, Sanchez will be a player of highlight in this game. And there you go.
Absolutely. With all these injuries, which has just left this whole team suffering, it's great to see players like him coming out and making a play.
It's really just put a dent on this team. And the way they've reacted to that, the way they've recovered, I think it's pretty great.
Absolutely. Picking up a first down. Ball is at the 46-yard line in Eastlake territory. Ball given up to Jude Walker on the screen, and he'll be brought down around the 44-yard line.
Looks like that screen pass isn't going to work as well as it did earlier, as the Eastlake defenders were on that pretty fast.
Speaking of pretty fast, 3:40 left to play in the 2nd quarter already, bringing up halftime very soon.
Wow.
What a quick game that this has been. Eastlake will get the ball to start the 2nd half, potentially just adding on to their lead even more. However, Eastwood still with 3:20 to play. They need to get some points on. Martinez taking up the field, getting through the whole defense into the secondary, being brought down at the 31-yard line, picking up a first down and more for Jaden Martinez.
Oh my gosh, Cheetah with an amazing play there. Amazing play. Really showing that agility, finding the escapes, breaking tackles. Way to go, Mr. Martinez.
1st and 10, giving it back to Martinez. Martinez taking up to around the 27-yard line, picking up 4 there on the play. So these inside handoffs have worked very well here for Eastwood tonight. Obviously saw Martinez on the previous play, picking up a first down and more, along getting around 3 on the play there. However, they bring in Chavita on the 2nd and 7. Giving it to Chavita. Chavita fighting, still has some room, and is brought down towards the 24-yard line.
Great stuff from Chavita. And you just see the difference in play styles from these running backs. Chavita actually is pretty fast compared to Mr. Martinez.
Of course, both running backs have some great speed, which is not exactly how you expect it to play out.
Oh, yeah. It's amazing that both of these running backs have the speed that can put them in these great positions.
3rd and 3, Chavita looks to take it up the middle. And he's going to be stopped very short, it seems. picking up around 4th and 1. So what are you going to want to do here? You're going to want to cook up anything fancy, or is it just going to be a simple Chavita up the field?
You know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I think they go with Chavita here.
Absolutely. Eastwood really definitely needs to get this first down here, as this drive has looked great for you so far. However, they're going to take a timeout. So a minute 38 to play. Ball is at the 22-yard line in Eastlake territory. 22 yards and a minute 38 left to go before the second half.
I mean, that clock just runs down. It runs down pretty quickly here. And, you know, it's going to catch up to Eastwood.
It sure has moved very fast this entire night, as it's already about to be halftime.
We'll see what Chavita can do here for the Troopers.
Or maybe if they want to give it to Ethan Camacho to run it once again.
You're right. We have seen quite a lot of QB sneaks here from Camacho.
The QB keepers, which have worked very well for Camacho tonight. He's always fighting to get all those extra yards. We'll see how aggressive Eastlake's defense is going to want to be. See how they want to blitz. Looks like they're going to bring in two. Looks like Eastwood's going to bring in 2 running backs here on the play for this 4th and 1. They're going to give it to Martinez. Martinez has a first down and more, bringing it down towards the 11-yard line for Eastwood Troopers' first down.
That run game working pretty well in their favor for the Troopers. Great stuff.
Absolutely working well this entire night long. Jaden Martinez has been doing very well once again. And they're going to swing it back up to him. And he will be stuffed a little bit short, and maybe picking up 1 yard there.
Eastlake wishing they had that play previously, but still a great stop from the Falcon defense.
Great stuff for them with a minute and 12 remaining. Clock coming down very quick for a 2nd and 8.
And that clock is not stopping anytime soon.
What are you going to do, Noah? Do you want to risk throwing it here and potentially getting an interception?
I say with the great receivers Eastwood has, they do risk it.
We shall see, for it is a 2nd and 8 here. I believe they're going to want to continue to run it here up until it gets to the 3rd down, potentially. However, Camacho will drop back. He's going to throw it. Looks to be high. Jaden Martinez catching it, but being out of bounds.
I mean, what a catch by Martinez. Sadly, that will not count.
So 41 seconds to play. 3rd and 8 here. Eastwood is at the 9-yard line.
Luckily, that pass out of bounds is going to stop the clock, giving them a little bit more time to think, a little bit more time to reassess the situation, seeing what they need to do here.
Of course. As it looks like they're going to bring in Armando Gonzalez here.
Interesting stuff to bring Armando Gonzalez in here for 41 seconds left to go in touchdown positioning.
And it is Martinez. And he's going to bring it in, hurdling over a man and getting a touchdown.
Wow. Martinez really saw some airtime there. Great touchdown by the Eastwood Troopers.
Holy Moses, ladies and gentlemen. What a touchdown there for the Eastwood Troopers. Jumping over a man, getting a absolutely great stuff there.
And this just puts the Troopers one step closer to catching up to Eastlake.
Jaden Martinez, the playmaker, ladies and gentlemen. This run game has looked very well. Looked very good this entire night for Eastwood.
Very good.
So they're going to have some positive stuff to go into the end, to go into halftime with. You are down in possession. Derek Messer did kick the extra point for the Eastwood Troopers. So score, Eastwood, you're trailing by only 7 here in the end of the 2nd quarter.
Trailing by only 7, trying to make it a tie game here. We'll see what Eastlake can do with 35 seconds left to go.
Obviously, see if they just want to take a knee and get into the halftime as soon as possible. Or if they're going to shoot, maybe strike and make it aggressive.
I feel like the way this team's been playing, how aggressive they've been playing, I feel like they're going to take the risk here.
We'll see. I mean, you will get the ball to start the second half. So obviously it will not be very good if they throw an interception and turn it over here. But it won't be the end of the world for them.
Let's see what we're going to put our eyes on for the special teams.
As Derek Messer, we know he has quite the leg, ladies and gentlemen. See how far he's going to boot it into the end zone. And he kicks it short. So fair catch signaled here at the 26-yard line. Excuse me, 27-yard line for the Eastlake Falcons to take over.
32 seconds left to go. That's some time for Eastlake.
32 seconds of 1st and 10 here. Maybe you want to see what your running back Galino can do here. They just want to take it up the middle, get as many yards as you can, maybe scoring a big run as well.
Does not seem like they're going to need it here, as they are talking about how they're going to handle this final drive in the first half.
Obviously, we've seen the way Lomeli's passed it tonight. The deep and medium balls, they haven't connected yet so far. However, these short screen passes have worked very well for him. But see how risky they want to do if they want to throw it out, if they want to do a deep pass for the first time tonight. And they're going to give it up to Galindo. Galindo's got some room. He's got some speed as well, going up the sideline, eventually being out of bounds towards the 46-yard line.
That's a great play you want to see at this time. With the limited time they have left, running out of bounds really helps Eastlake out here.
Of course, 26 seconds left to play in the second quarter. You're up at around the 48-yard line. That was a great run there for Galindo, which we've seen all night from him.
I mean, you do have the opportunity to score here. It is a small opportunity, but let's see if Eastlake, the Falcons, can take it.
However, it looks like they're going to have the 5 spread out there at the receiver position for Lomeli. See if he wants to keep it here or if he's going to want to throw it.
We might see an interesting pass take place on this next coming play. Bit of confusion on the field here.
So it looks like they were going to call a timeout there, but it didn't occur. So 26 to play, and they do take the timeout now. So Eastlake takes their timeout right before the half. 26 seconds to play. It looks like this coach is going to want to take a risky shot here.
Interesting stuff. Seeing as you get the ball back in the next half, I think this coach really just likes to play the risky game. Final play, or final couple of plays here.
So I believe personally it's going to be a quarterback keep here. I think you're going to see
Quarterback keep.
the way this offensive line has looked all night, and you have the 5 receivers out wide. I wouldn't be surprised if Lomeli's just going to run it.
Interesting call. Interesting call. I like to hear that. With the amount of receivers lined up on the field.
Obviously, we haven't seen how he's thrown it here on the deep balls. But I believe he'll shock me here tonight on this play. And Lomeli looks. And he is going to keep it and run it up the middle. Eventually being brought down, picking up quite a few yards there.
I mean, what a prediction from your commentator, Elijah Joseph. Great call on that incoming play.
Thank you. 20 seconds to play here for second and mid here.
I mean, can I say it? It seems like they've had forever on the clock.
It sure did. I mean, you saw the refs talking and then taking the timeout.
Unlimited timeouts here. Get ready for halftime, as there will be a mascot race.
Absolutely, you're gonna want to stay tuned for that. As Sarge for the Eastwood Troopers is gonna take on the Eastlake Falcon.
The winner will see some Whataburger in their future.
That's some exciting stuff there, if you ask me. So Lomeli's going to drop back. Flushing out. Throwing it to the receiver who's being brought. He's catching it and will be brought down around the 34-yard line for Eastlake first down.
Trying to line up quick for the next play.
12 seconds left to play. And the clock is winding down. So let's see, we got one more play here.
5 seconds left to go.
The melee drops back. He looks. He cuts up the middle and gives it to his receiver. Galindo's going to take it up around the 25-yard line. And that was the last play of the first half. However, there will be a flag. Looks maybe rushing the passer there as the defense got in there after the play, after the pass.
It did look like a late hit, which... Oh, okay.
And it will be an offsides there for Eastwood.
Interesting stuff. One more opportunity to make something happen. I mean, do you even take it?
I mean, you absolutely do. You were given this opportunity. You were given a flag to happen against you. Your ball is at the 30-yard. Your ball is at the 27-yard line. Why not take an end zone shot right before the half?
I like that.
Thank you. Obviously, we haven't seen if this kicker has been able to boot it out. And it looks like they will bring the kicker out.
Whoa. We're going to see an interesting field goal attempt here.
So Santiago Hernandez will be out here to kick it. Ball is at the 35-yard line.
You don't see much of this happening in high school. Quite the interesting play. Another timeout.
So Eastwood's going to call their timeout here, it seems, for this final play.
With one play left to go in the entire half.
Really delaying it here right before halftime. See, they're going to want to take the kick, want to take the shot. What are they going to want to do here?
I'm telling you, this possession has felt like the longest possession we've had all season. But we'll see what they do here with it.
It sure has been a long possession. However, what has not been is a long game. This clock has gone by very quick, it seems, as we're about to go to halftime. With score being 21-14.
That might be a record for almost an hour and a half.
So Eastwood's defense is lining out deep. They don't want to risk getting any extra points on the board from the Eastlake Falcons.
Oh, they do not want that at all.
But you see the safeties playing up high. So the last play here for the Eastlake Falcons. See the other players line out wide. Maybe we're going to see some lateral action.
Some lateral action.
And Eastwood looking to take their final timeout.
They really want to make sure they get the right play call.
We'll see. I mean,
with one more play left to go in the half.
I mean, this last play has seemed like it's been an eternity so far.
We see Eastlake take the field.
And the defense comes out, lines out once again how they were right before the timeout. However, taking a look at Eastlake's formation, interesting stuff here. Looks like they're prepared for some laterals if it comes to it.
Interesting lineup here.
And they get the quick screen. Pass. Trotman's going to bring it up to around the 18-yard line. That'll be the final play of this first half.
An eternity for a small gain of about 20 yards. Great stuff from both teams in the first half.
So quite the first half here, ladies and gentlemen. Score is 21-14. The Eastlake Falcons lead the Eastwood Troopers. Eastlake will get the ball at the start of the second half, potentially trying to get some more points on to continue to extend this lead, which they've had the entire day so far. Welcome back, everybody, as Eastwood Troopers are set to kick off here in the second half tonight, where Eastlake will receive the ball. What she missed so far was a Eastwood versus Eastlake mascot race. To throw to Fry into the basket, whoever won first won 1,000 Whataburgers for their school. And Eastlake took the W. However, we'll see if they can take the W tonight, as they will start at the 31-yard line here in the second half. Eastlake already leading 21-14. We'll see if they can continue to hold out that lead tonight, as they're going to start actually at the 30-yard line.
Yeah, I mean, Sarge lost, man. Like it was sad to see. It was hard to see.
Yeah, it was utterly tragic. However, we got to see if Eastwood can step up and win tonight for Sarge.
Win it for Sarge.
So giving it up to Galindo on the first play. He's going to pick up.
We did see an amazing first half from him, as, geez, speedy runs, aggressive runs.
Yep.
I'll put some points on the board.
What else? What more do you want from a running back of that caliber? Steven Galindo, your senior running back for the Eastlake Falcons, was great tonight. Alongside, switching over to Eastwood, Jaden Martinez, who had the touchdown earlier, who's also looked great.
We have also seen the likes of Jude Walker making a couple screen plays. Great stuff.
Absolutely, along with Alex Sanchez picking up a first down when it counts. Lomeli with the snap. He's going to call his number. He's going to keep it.
Lateral.
Flipping it up to his receiver. Looks like Galindo was going to take it up to around the 47-yard line, picking up an Eastlake first down and more.
Amazing execution there. Nice little play. Cooked up by Eastlake.
Great play there, as we expect nothing less than that from this Hall of Fame coach for the Eastlake Falcons. So ball's at the 35-yard line for the Eastlake Falcons. For this first down, we'll see how more aggressive they want to be as they pitch it up, of course, to Galindo, who's going to pick up around 3 yards on the play. Call it 2 there for number 21.
He is quickly stopped, only picking up 2 yards by Eastwood.
2 yards on the play.
Eastwood's defense did step it up a bit on that last drive, that final ditch effort to score by Eastlake.
Absolutely. It looks like they contained the run for the most part so far this drive. And they're going to pitch it again to Galindo. And Galindo not going down yet, eventually being brought down towards the 31-yard line by Miguel Solis.
That is twice that quick little pitch has been working for them. Honestly, it's a great play. They follow the blockers, and they just get that.
Great, interesting stuff. And see, you got him. You think your first reaction is that it's going to be Lomeli keeping it himself. However, he just flips it to his right and gives it to the running back.
Oh, of course.
See how Eastwood can adapt to it if they continue to use it tonight. And Lomeli's going to take it up the middle, being fought down and brought down at the 25-yard line. Call it 7 on the play.
7 on the play. Nice little gain.
2nd and 3 here for the Falcons. They're going to pitch it once again to Galindo. Galindo's got some room. He's got some room and some speed, and he gets the touchdown for the Eastlake Falcons. 2nd already so far tonight, his 2nd rushing touchdown. Steven Galindo, ladies and gentlemen, for the Eastlake Falcons. Score is 27-14.
The Falcons were really just attacking them with that quick little pitch, giving Galindo the amazing pathway to score.
Wow, I mean, great stuff from him this entire drive. So far, this entire night, too. So, Eastlake goes into the locker room at halftime. Drop this play, which has worked out very well this entire drive. See how Eastwood's defense is going to have to adapt, too.
Really going to need to adapt quite well here.
So the special teams will come out, see how this Eastwood offense is going to take over and how they're going to adapt so far. Obviously, this run game has worked out phenomenally for them. However, I believe that Camacho is going to have to gain some confidence and throw some balls.
Throw some dimes if they want to stay in this game.
Absolutely. I mean, we've seen the short throws that have been very well so far from tonight, aside from the interception. So 2.5 minutes to play. 2.5 minutes already went by for that Eastlake drive, already getting some points up on the board. 28-14 is your score in this third quarter. Obviously, last week we saw how well Eastwood adapted in the third quarter. They would absolutely love that tonight as they trailed 2 touchdowns. And the ball hits the ground before it's picked up by Jaden Deal. Jaden Deal getting pushed back. However, he cuts up the sideline using his speed, following his blockers, and fighting to stay down, but eventually being brought down to the 24-yard line where the Eastwood offense will take over.
Decent little run there.
Obviously, it looked like he was getting pushed back, which is scary for him because he did not want to lose yardage on that play.
Definitely did it.
He turned on the jets and used his speed and brought it up to around midfield starting position for them. Mid-starting position for them, excuse me.
Let's see what Eastwood can do fighting back on this play, as Eastlake did have an amazing drive on the start to the third quarter.
Absolutely, and the drive starts, so Jaden Martinez falling and then getting touched by being signaled down.
Looks like he got a bit tripped up there.
Obviously, Jaden Martinez is the one player that they're going to have to contain, that this Eastlake defense is going to have to contain the most, as he was very responsible for getting Eastwood in some good territory and getting a touchdown in the first half.
You hear a lot of energy from this Eastlake crowd.
Very loud stuff. This is their home game here at the Sakura ISD Activity Center. For a 2nd and 11 here for the Eastwood Troopers. Camacho drops back. He looks, throws it to his receiver, who's got it. Caleb Float is there, who's going to bring it up to around the 31-yard line. Bring it up a 3rd and short here for the Eastwood Troopers.
Nice throw by Camacho there. Really able to find the receiver.
Great stuff. I mean, you saw Caleb with the little comeback route, and the ball plays very well into his direction. So 3rd and 4 here for the Troopers. They bring in Chavita at the running back position. So we'll see. Will they use Chavita here for a 3rd and 4? They usually use him when it's a very short route. It's like a 4th and 1 or a 3rd and 1. And Camacho's going to throw it to Ada Manhart. Manhart with a reception, picking up a 1st down and more, being brought down at the 45-yard line. His first reception of the night, ladies and gentlemen.
Manhart looked like he was ready for that ball and able to take it up the field, but Eastlake defenders got on him pretty quick.
Absolutely ready to make a play tonight, which he has done very well, which he just did very well there. We'll see how these other receivers can step up and do the same too. 1st and 10 here. Ball is at the 46-yard line with 7:48 and counting to play. Ball is given to Chavita. Nathan Chavita's got some speed and is going to fight for some yardage, eventually being brought down towards the 50-yard line. Call it 5 there on the play for him.
Nice little game for Chavita there.
Nathan Chavita, obviously the second running back here on this offense, was very well alongside Jaden Martinez. They have great depth here at the running back position, along with number 22, Armando Gonzalez,
who has seen a return, a bit of a comeback from his injury.
So 2nd and 5 here. Ball's at the 49-yard line. They're going to give it back to Chavita. Chavita's getting a 1st down and more, being brought down towards the 41-yard line.
And looks like Chavita is just able to drive through the defenders there.
He's a very tough runner, absolutely. He always knows how to fight for the right yardage.
Very strong runner indeed. Looks like we have not seen much passing game.
Feeding it back to Chavita once again. However, he's going to be stopped short, getting around 1 yard on the play.
Stopped pretty quickly. Able to pick up on Eastwood's scheme here.
So it'll be a 2nd and 9 here. Wouldn't be surprised if they want to switch back to throwing here. So still keeping Chavita in, even with Jaden Martinez out. 3rd quarter is already halfway to play.
Wow. Fast 3rd quarter.
Absolutely. Camacho's going to keep.
Roll out.
He's got a blocker. He's going to throw it. Great ball thrown. Signaled incomplete.
Wow. Although that is a dead play.
And it looks like Jude Walker with the reception there, thrown into very risky territory. However, the ball was placed right into his hands.
That will be a successful play for Walker. Great stuff from both the receiver and the quarterback there. Great placement by Camacho. Amazing catch by Walker.
3rd and 3 here for the Eastwood Troopers. Throwing it to the receiver there. And he's going to pick up a 1st down and more, brought down at the 28-yard line. That is number 88, of course, Alex Sanchez.
And Camacho really working that short game for his receivers, which has been working in his favor.
Absolutely. I mean, you come back from having a not-so-very good first half to what seems to be not having an incompletion so far yet on this drive. 1st and 10 here, ball at the 28-yard line for the Eastwood Troopers. This has looked like a great drive for them so far with the run and the pass attempts. Ethan Camacho drops back once again. He's going to air it out. Ball looks to be incomplete.
That was a great pass from Camacho.
Just
but
out of bounds.
Will be out of bounds
for his receiver. Had some nice air on it there. Would have been a great touchdown there if it were to stay in bounds.
Again, a nice catch from Walker.
But Ethan, however, this drive has looked a lot better compared to the first half.
Way more polished. I do say so myself. Way more polished.
Absolutely. It looks like there was a flag there, however, on the play. And Eastwood's going to be pushed back. Pushed back pretty far. It looks to be all the way back at the 43-yard line. Pushing back 15 yards.
Not very favorable for Eastwood here.
So all of a sudden, you're throwing and running the ball very well for the Eastwood Troopers, but it's going to push you back for around a 2nd and 25.
2nd and 25. What a way to get pushed back here.
Absolutely. Camacho drops back.
Camacho's going to keep it.
Sliding down towards the 40-yard line. Call it 3 yards on the play. So it's going to be 3rd and very long here for the Eastwood Troopers.
Very short gain on that previous play.
Maybe you want to bring out something new from the books that you haven't used already, or if you want to go back to that play that's worked very well with Jaden Martinez, the little swing route where he follows his blockers.
We'll see what we can see here from the Troopers.
3rd and 23, balls at the 41-yard line for the Eastwood offense, their first drive of this 3rd quarter.
Not the best position to be in, especially with the score here.
However, we do expect them to go for around 4th down. Camacho drops back. Flushing it out once again. Jude Walker unable to make the reception. Called a flag there with the PI.
There will be a flag on that play.
So the defender, I believe that's a great call there from the referee. Very rough stuff there from the defender.
Yeah, that will be a flag on Eastlake. Walker's still putting in an amazing effort, like we've seen before on his catches.
And it looks like it's going to be not determined yet if it was a hold or a pass interference against the Eastlake Falcons.
Like I was saying, he's made some amazing catches this season along the likes of the games at Bosco and Chapin.
You're absolutely right, and the ball's been placed at the 31-yard line. So it will be a 1st and 10 here for the Eastwood Troopers. Give it up to Chavita. Chavita following his blockers, still not going down yet, eventually being brought down to the 21-yard line, picking up around 10 on the play.
Chavita on one of his another great runs there.
So Chavita's been doing very well this entire drive, even before the flag. Seemed to get a lot of yardage here, along with the passes to the likes of Ada Manhart.
3.5 minutes left to go in the 3rd quarter.
Feed it back to Chavita. Chavita's got some room up the field. Fighting for some yardage, eventually being brought down to the 12-yard line. Called a 2nd and short here for this Eastwood offense.
Chavita will not go down. Really got some fight here.
Chavita's looked very dominant here in this entire 3rd quarter so far. So 3 minutes already left to play in this 3rd quarter, which has been a very, very quick
Has
game
been
entirely.
a very long Trooper drive.
Still no points yet from the half. Feeding up to Chavita once again. Chavita following his blockers. Has a first down and more. Call it first and goal here for the Eastwood Troopers.
Will work in favor for Chavita. Let's see what the Troopers can do. Let's see how they respond.
So first and 10. They're going to feed up to Chavita once again. Chavita's going to bring it up. Looks to be down at the 5-yard line. Nathan Chavita this entire drive has been doing very well. However, it looks like they're going to take him out for Jaden Martinez.
Give him a bit of a break as he has been quite dominant on this entire drive.
Picked up most of the yardage here. 2nd and 5, balls at the 5-yard line. 2:08 to play. So you got the 4 receivers out wide. They're going to feed up to Martinez. Martinez is going to take it up the field.
Martinez will go down.
Yardage, being brought down at the 1-yard line. It looks like they're going to bring in Chavita here for this 3rd and goal. At the 1-yard line, once again, see if Chavita can punch it in for his 2nd touchdown of the night. Excuse me, back at the 2-yard line. Set for this 3rd and 2. Word escaped me there, ladies and gentlemen.
I do believe the Troopers can score here. They just need to play the cards right.
They sure do. I mean, we've seen this work very well tonight. Nathan Chavita, this entire drive has worked good. And however, Camacho's going to keep it. And he's going to be stuffed short by this Eastlake defense.
That Camacho keep was not
exactly the move for them.
The right play for Eastwood.
However, it is going to be 4th down and 2.
And I mean, I just don't know. I can't think of the right play for the Troopers here.
I mean, we thought we had the right. We thought we had the right play there with Nathan Chavita. However, Ethan Camacho on the keeper there. Looked to follow his blocker, but it didn't work out well for him. And they're going to feed up to Chavita. Chavita's going to go low, signaling Eastlake signaling that he didn't get it, and he did not. So the Eastlake the Eastlake Falcons come up with a stop here on 4th and down. However, they will get the ball at the 1-yard line, preventing a touchdown.
Now, what does seem like a low light for Eastwood can turn into a highlight, as if they can make this safety happen and get the ball back, they can put themselves back into some great positioning. 28 seconds left to go in the 3rd quarter.
Obviously, Eastlake has been in this position before once tonight. They did have a 3-and-out, however. Eastwood is going to want to do that once again, repeat on that success.
Let's see how the Troopers respond.
However, I do expect them to go up the middle with their very strong running back, Steven Galindo.
As he's been dominant all night long.
28 seconds left to play in the 3rd quarter. Lomeli's going to call himself and keep it. Go up the middle and be brought down towards the 4-yard line. Call it 5 yards there for Luke Lomeli. So 2nd and 5 for Eastlake Falcons. And that was the 3rd quarter, ladies and gentlemen. Last play there.
And you know what time it is for Eastwood.
Of course, you see Eastwood, you know the tradition, raising up the 4s. 4th quarter where they shine the brightest, which they're absolutely going to need to do as they trail 14 points.
Trailing 14 points behind. We have seen this comeback been made by Eastwood. Game's not over yet. Still got a full quarter to go.
They're going to need to come in with some of their best playing calling yet here. You see the tradition, everyone. You know what time it is. It's 4th quarter time here at the SAC. 28-14 is the score as the Eastlake Falcons lead against the Eastwood Troopers. 12 minutes to play in this last 4th quarter. Eastlake is going to start at the 6-yard line for a 2nd and 5.
And like I said before, Eastwood can turn this into a highlight. They just need to get the safety, get the ball back.
However, they're
start making some plays.
However, not exactly in safety position as Eastlake is at the 6-yard line after the 5-yard run keep from Luke Lomeli. Lomeli not passed it many times at all tonight.
They're still in safety position.
Well, Eastwood sure would love that, but it looks like Eastlake, they have their 4 wide receivers out wide.
Really trying to get out of this dangerous area.
2nd and 5 here. They motion out the other receiver there. Leaving the man one-on-one at the top left. Lomeli's going to call his number. He's going to keep it himself. He's going to fight for some yardage, and he's going to pick up around, call it 6 on the play, maybe even a first down for this Eastlake Falcons. And it will be called. So ball's being placed at the 12-yard line for the Eastlake Falcons.
That will be a first down.
Obviously out of safety territory. Looking to just hold on to this ball for as long as they can and continue to keep this lead. And they do that exactly as they give it up to Galindo, who's going to pick up around 2 yards on the play.
So, big surprise there, only picking up 2 yards. He has been quite dominant all night long.
Only picking up around 1 yard as the ball is being placed at the 13-yard line for the 2nd and 9. $11 minutes to play. Lomeli keeps it himself. He's going to be stuffed short, however, beginning around 1 yard on the play by this Eastwood defense.
Great tackle by Conrad Joseph there.
So a 3rd and 7 here for the Eastlake Falcons. Obviously, you have to convert here. No shot. You're going to go for a fourth down. 3rd and 7. Ball is at the 15-yard line for this Eastlake offense.
Surprisingly,
Lomeli with the quick pass to his receiver. Trotman's going to pick up first down and more and being brought down to the 24-yard line. Picking up, that's good enough for an Eastlake Falcons first down.
Great stop by those trooper defenders. As we saw, Dio really made a great tackle there.
Great tackle to prevent anything more from the first down. However, they did pick it up. So 10 and 10 left to play.
See some offsides there.
There's a flag once again being called against what will be the Eastwood Troopers.
Eastlake making the troopers jump there.
Excuse me, it will be pushed back against Eastlake.
Oh, wow. So Eastlake did the jumping there.
So 1st and 15 here, ball to the 19-yard line for the Falcons. Lomeli trying to draw him offsides once again. Lomeli looking to do their play once again to Galindo. Galindo takes up the field around the 27-yard line.
It wasn't as beneficial as it was previously, but it did give him a small gain.
Gave him a good gain there.
Big gain.
Quite the gain there for the Falcons. They're out of the flag. They're out of the position from the flag. Call it 2nd and 6 for them. Second and 6, balls at the 28-yard line. Lomeli with the key, clutching up the middle, being brought down by Conrad Joseph Garcia.
Amazing play by Conrad Joseph Garcia, able to get past that line of scrimmage and make the stop.
Absolutely. 3rd and 6 here, balls at the 28-yard line. Getting no gain there.
No gain.
So it looks like he's going to lose a yard there on the play. So officially being called a 3rd and 7 for the Eastlake offense.
3rd and 7. What the Troopers needed on this drive.
Trying to call offsides once again. Saw a little bit of movement up there at the defensive lines.
3 seconds, 2 seconds on the play clock.
Play clock is going down. Where Eastlake's going to call their first timeout. So 28-14 is the score. Eastlake is just trying to wind down this clock as quickly as they can to go home with the victory.
I mean, we did see quite a quick 3rd quarter there. Let's see if we can get a repeat on this 4th one. If it does turn out the same as it did the way third quarter happened, Eastlake would have a quick victory here.
They sure will, as we've seen no points so far in the second half. Score is still 20-14 like how it was right before halftime.
It's been a battle. It's been quite the fight between both opposing teams.
It sure has. I mean, both teams haven't looked super great this second half. However, it's been enough for Eastlake to continue to hold the lead.
We've seen some amazing defense from both teams here.
We sure have. Really has been a defensive shutout so far, along with the offense is making very good plays on the running.
Oh, it's been all the run game for both offenses.
Absolutely. Steven Galindo, Jada Martinez, and of course Nathan Chavita have been the playmakers tonight. Third and 7.
Here we go.
For
Going
the
back to the
Falcons.
play.
Eastwood still has all 3 of its timeouts. 4 receivers for Lonely on 3rd and 7. Galindo's the running back.
Third and 7. We're getting a little motion on the running back. Galindo, or excuse me, Martinez giving it up to Galindo. And he's going to be stuffed short of a first down.
Back to that pitch. Not turning out in favor of Eastlake. Now making it 4th down on the play.
4th down, so it looks like they will bring out the punting unit for the first time tonight. Jude Walker's out there to receive for the Eastwood Troopers. It'd be great to see him make some plays on special teams like which he has his entire season long.
I mean, we saw that 70-yarder in the previous El Dorado game.
We saw it 2 weeks ago against El Dorado, which would be very beneficial here for the Eastwood Troopers. With 7:40 and counting to play.
If we could see it again, that would be some great stuff for Eastwood.
And Eastlake punts it high.
Looks like we're not going to see that opportunity.
Good punt there at the 31-yard line. And a flag is going to be called on the returning team, it seems. Roughing the kicker on the play against the Eastwood Troopers. So Eastwood will be pushed back a little, even further back.
Not great stuff for the Troopers.
Eastwood with 7:22 to play. You're still down by 2 touchdowns. Obviously got to score quick here and try and prevent Eastlake from scoring in the second on their next possession. Eastwood's drives have been very long so far this entire game, taking up most of the quarter length.
Almost 6 minutes on that drive, on that previous drive.
Gonna have to change here, absolutely, and then make a defensive play to get the ball back as quickly as he can to get the ball into the likes of your playmakers who can take it up the field and score some points.
Definitely need that. Definitely need some amazing plays to connect here.
7:22 and counting for the Eastwood Troopers. Ethan drops back. Camacho flushes it out. Great throw there. As ball was caught by Caleb Flores, who's taking it all the way into Eastlake territory. First play of this drive. Absolutely great stuff there for him. This is exactly how Eastwood's going to want to respond on this drive.
Amazing stuff from Caleb Flores. We've seen quite a bit from him tonight as he's been making some great plays for Eastwood.
Really stepped up. However, the ball was intended for him, but it was not able to be caught. Would have been potentially a first down and more for him, as he's really stepped up this night and been one of the playmakers on this for the wide receivers.
That previous catch was quite amazing from Caleb Flores.
Camacho throws it to him once again.
Whoa.
Flag is going to be called against what looked to be a lot of...
That was obvious pass interference there. Almost twisting his head around.
And yeah, it's going to be an easy one called for the refs here.
I mean, you just can't ignore that type of stuff.
Absolutely. You've seen how Ethan, the past 3 attempts, has thrown to Caleb Flores. So once the defender knew that was coming once again, he decided to rough it up a little bit and try and break up the play. However, it didn't work in his favor as he ended up getting a flag.
Just 25 seconds have come off the clock on this drive. They are already at the 39-yard line of the Falcons. It's just what the doctor ordered for the Troopers. New junior quarterback Ethan Camacho Williams.
Ball is at the 40-yard line here for the Troopers. Officially getting placed up forward at the 34-yard line.
Now this gives the Troopers that opportunity to make something happen here. Great positioning. They just need to do what they did in the first half. Play it slow. Make some stuff happen.
Yeah, I mean, you can't exactly play it slow here when you're down 2 touchdowns with 6 minutes to play. As Camacho, not getting the ball there on the snap, however, picks it up and fights to get some yardage there at the 30-yard line, picking up around 4 on the play. So 2nd and 6 here for the Eastwood offense. 6:36 and counting. This clock is going down very quick. Camacho looks, throws it to the wheel route to Martinez. Martinez with the reception, fighting for yardage and being brought down at the 5-yard line for the Eastwood Troopers.
What a play! Great execution. The way Jaden Martinez just wheeled out, and the pass was placed in his hands.
Wow, what playmakers these 2 running backs have been tonight for Eastwood.
Now they have the red zone positioning.
As they feed it up to Martinez. Martinez fighting for some yardage, officially being brought down around the 2-yard line for the Eastwood Troopers. It's getting a 2nd and short here in the red zone for them.
Trying to get right back into this play here.
Absolutely, as they bring out Chavita once again. Nathan Chavita here, who's going to be your powerful running back, looking to punch it up for 6. However, they give it to Martinez, and Martinez is going to have, getting stacked, looked to have been a touchdown there. Seeing what's officially being called. And the ball will be ruled at the 1-yard line for 3rd and 1 here at the goal line.
1-yard line.
Wouldn't be surprised if Camacho tries to punch it in for 6.
Let's see it.
And Martinez is going to get an Eastwood Troopers touchdown. 20-28 is your score here with 5:23 to play. What a great drive there for the Eastwood Troopers, which they've absolutely needed this entire night.
8 points left to go to tie up this game.
See if the Masters' extra point will be good, which will make it a 7-point game. Eastlake will get the ball with 5:20 to play. Good kick from Messer there. 21-28 is your score. Eastwood is trailing against Eastlake. 5:23 to play. Eastlake will receive the ball right now.
We did see a good drive there from Eastwood. Now, all they need to do is make the stop. Eastlake does have an absolute threat with that running back, but if Eastwood can stop him, tie up the game.
Absolutely. We saw in the previous drive when Eastlake was on offense, we saw how very well they were able to adapt to that route, to that game plan that really came out of the second half with the running back and the quarterback connection. We saw Eastwood stop it there on the last play of the previous drive for Eastlake offense. They're going to want to step up and make some plays more and make some defensive plays like that once again on this final drive for Eastlake. What could be the final drive for Eastlake before they ice it.
The way these drives have been playing out, it could possibly be the final drive.
However, maybe you can flesh out a third. Maybe you can get a 3 and out, which would be absolutely perfect for them, or a turnover. Derek Metzer out to kick. 5:23 left to play. Fourth quarter is going by very quick, already past this halfway mark. And a short kick from Messer being ruled a fair catch at the 29-yard line, whereas Eastlake offense will come over onto the field.
And, I mean, we've seen that kick again and again before. Really just not wanting them to get any sort of yards on the play.
Absolutely. We saw how well Brandon Gomez was able to execute it this entire season long before getting injured, and having Derek Messer come out does the same thing. Continuing on with El Paso sports, UTEP Miners are trailing 24-7 against the Sam Houston. Tragic stuff here for us El Paso fans.
Not a great night for UTEP.
So here we go. Eastlake's coming out. 1st and 10 here. Ball is at the 30-yard line on what could be the drive that ices the game.
Let's see what the Falcons cooked up.
Waiting for the referee signal here officially. And there it is. Giving up to Galino. Galino's got some speed. Galino bringing it up around into the secondary around the 49-yard line before getting shoved out of bounds.
Already with the first play in their drive, getting a first down and some.
And there was a flag on the play, however, coming in very late. So 5:16 to play already. That play took around 20 seconds there. Great run play, which is what Eastlake is going to absolutely want to do to continue to hold on to this league. I believe that this run game has worked out very well for them the entire game.
Oh, the run game's been amazing for Eastlake.
However, there is going to be a flag called against Eastlake, which will push them back even further.
It's going to be pretty great for Eastwood.
Officially seeing where the referees are going to rule this ball. And it'll be placed down at the 35-yard line.
You do see the Eastlake coaches talking to the players, seeing what they can conjure up here.
So the ball will officially be ruled at the 35-yard line. You see the stick still trying to figure it out. So 1st and 5 for the Eastlake Falcons. Giving it up to Galindo. Galindo going up the sideline. He's got some speed. Following his defenders, he has plenty of room. Fighting through the secondary. He's turned on the Jets. And Galindo's taking it towards the 10. And it'll be an Eastlake Falcons touchdown.
What an amazing run. Wow. Just some impressive stuff tonight from this young man.
Steven Galindo already with multiple touchdowns tonight. This could have very much put the game to bed so far.
You know, they just put the lead up by two more touchdowns. It is not looking good for Eastwood, as that possibility to get tie game goes more and more away from them.
Absolutely. I mean, we've seen just the injuries which have shocked Eastwood these past few games. But what seemed to have been adapting very well last week, along with midway through this game, Eastwood did look very well adapting to these injuries, but really not working out for them at all, as the score is 35-21, where Eastwood will come over and will hope to repeat on some success on offense, which they did the previous drive.
Let's see what they can do here along the likes of Jaden Martinez,
Nathan
Chavita,
and Jude Walker. Of course, we've seen Caleb Flores step up and be a very good component in this offense.
Even seen some runs from Camacho here.
Ethan Camacho, what are you going to show us here with 4:37 left to play in the fourth quarter? You're down 2 touchdowns. You got to do something here.
Eastlake doing their little kick routine.
Actually, if memory strikes, I remember Eastwood used to do something like that a few years back.
I'm pretty sure you're right there.
Jaden Deal with the reception on special teams. Deal being fought and eventually being brought down, being pushed back even further.
Deal not being let go.
So the kicker there for Eastlake will be credited on the tackle there. Eastwood will start far back around the 20-ish yard line.
Always an interesting thing to see there when the kicker gets a tackle.
Okay, so ball was ruled down at the 27-yard line where Eastwood will take over on offense. 4:28 is the signal on what to play. Looking to score very quickly as they did that previous drive.
They still need 2 more touchdowns
Motion out Jude
to
Walker.
even be in this game.
Camacho flushes it. Intercepted by the Eastlake defense. 3rd interception tonight. Ball was intended for Caleb Flores, who looked to be open in the middle of the field. However, he slightly overshot his man and was intercepted by the defense. Number 32 there, Diego Hoguin with the interception.
You don't like to see that as a Trooper fan. That was some rough stuff there. I think
Eastlake will take over at the 29-yard line in Eastwood territory. Obviously, they want to see if they want to hold on to the ground, see if we want to give Galindo another touchdown, or if Lomeli wants to run one in for his own.
I do say if Eastlake can get another touchdown, they might put this game in the dirt.
I believe this game's already in the dirt. As Lomeli's going to throw it.
What an amazing throw.
Amazing throw there to number 1, Junior Throtman. 29-yard touchdown there for Eastlake Falcons, putting this game to bed. 41-21 is the score with 4 minutes and 12 seconds to play.
I mean, just one tragedy after another, one highlight after another for Eastlake, though.
Absolutely, the pick and then the touchdown. We saw Eastwood do that last week after Miguel Solis's interception, followed with Jude Walker's touchdown.
Wow. What a tragic parallel there for Eastwood. And the extra point will be good for Eastlake. Still got 4 minutes and 12 seconds left to go in the quarter, in the game.
However, you are down 21 points.
Not good, not good.
So Eastwood, obviously, the quarterback position has hurt them so far this season. Obviously, Joseph Cox, who was the starter at the beginning of the season, is out for the season. Ethan Camacho, who looked very well the first few games, just not able to stay composed and stay content in this game tonight against Eastlake.
You will see the special teams both taking the fields here.
4 minutes, 12 seconds left to play. Eastwood will receive.
Let's see if we can get a little repeat of last week.
So a minute ago, Coach, we were talking about this game being a one-score game. Eastwood needing to get off the field, get the football back, and drive the tie. And now it's a 20-point
Big kick by the Falcons.
kick will bounce inside the 5 goal.
Going to be a touchback there.
Going into the end zone there, intended for number 0, Jaden Deal. So 1st and 10, where the Eastwood Troopers will take over at the 25-yard line with 4 minutes to go.
Minute and 11 seconds ago, it was a one-score game. That's one of the only great numbers.
So very quick scores here for the Eastlake, taking up 14 points in just a few minutes.
Eastlake has, just really turned this game around from what was starting as a close game, turned into just a huge lead.
Eastlake really playing like how they did.
Second half.
Eastlake really playing like how they did at the start of this game in this fourth quarter. Absolutely looking dominant. Jude Walker at the reception, however, being brought down towards the 32-yard line.
Great tackle by the Falcons there.
Ball at the 32-yard line. Bringing in a new quarterback, that is Andre Sines. Andre the snap. Andre
Almost was another pick by the Falcons.
nearly intercepted, ball intended for number 88, Alex Sanchez. Andre Sines with his first start so far tonight. Obviously, we saw them bringing him last week. See what talent he can show here with 3 minutes and 45 left. to
Andre
play.
Sands given the opportunity with almost 4 minutes left in the game.
Quick reception there. So picking up an Eastwood Troopers first down. That is number 88, Alex Sanchez. Andre drops back. Nearly intercepted, however, it is
Oh.
tipped and caught by the receiver.
Risky throw there. Got really lucky for Eastwood.
Very lucky stuff there, picking up a first down from Jaden Martinez all the way in the midfield. Andre Sines looks back.
Airs it out.
Andre flushes it out, nearly overshooting his man, nearly getting tripped up there.
Would have been a great play for Eastwood.
Beautiful ball there as it had some nice spin, just slightly overthrown for his receiver.
Just a little bit overthrown. Would have been a great connection. Could have put us at an Eastwood touchdown.
However, there is a flag called against the Eastlake Falcons, which will move the Troopers down at the 45-yard line in Falcon territory. Signs drops back. Flush it out once again to Jude Walker. Beautiful ball there. And Jude will be fighting for some yards, eventually being pushed out of bounds at the 26-yard line. Picking up 19 yards there.
I'm already noticing a difference from this new quarterback for Eastwood, as they do like to throw with him.
They should do. Andre has looked very good on this drive so far. Some great ball placement. And looking very composed. Those are to receiver fighting for the ball. And it looks like it will be ruled incomplete. So a contested ball there thrown to his receiver. Very lucky to get that one back.
Could have been a switched up game there if that was picked off.
2nd and 10 here at the 27-yard line. Andre looks. Flushed it out to receiver. However, it is incomplete. Ball intended for his receiver, who's able to complete the catch.
.252 left to go. It is now 3rd down.
3rd and 10. This clock going by very quick. Obviously, all these offensive players here, with all the talent. Andre flushed it out and is caught for the touchdown for the Eastwood Troopers to get some points up on the board right before the end of this game.
Amazing catch there.
It looks like it's going to be Caleb Flores with the touchdown.
Great play made by Eastwood as we finally get to see a connection with one of the receivers. That will bring the score to 27-42. Still 2 touchdowns behind. Let's see what they can do in 2 minutes and 45 seconds.
Wow, very good drive there for number 18, Andre Science, who comes in the last minutes of this game. See what the coaches are going to want to do with the quarterback position next week. 28-42 is the score with 2:45 to play.
We will see some interesting choices being made around that quarterback positioning.
So 2:45 to play in the 4th quarter here. Eastlake is going to get the ball once again. Obviously, no doubt that they're just going to hold on to this ball and just drain out the clock.
I think that's the route they're going to take here. Although we did see a different take during that first half, that final drive, as they easily could have held the ball, just ran the clock out, but they decided to try and score.
Absolutely. However, it was only a 7-point lead at the time.
You are right. You are very right.
Being compared to 14 points now, with already having the game in the books. Obviously, want to see what the special teams are going to want to do here. See how quickly they want to get the ball back. Maybe try something new, like the onside kick.
You do see the defenders lined up pretty close here.
We saw a couple weeks back when Brandon Gomez had the unsuccessful, onside kick, and we'll see how Messer's going to want to do it here.
Falcons able to recover it pretty quick.
Falcons will recover it at the 46-yard line. So the play didn't work out there for Eastwood. Where the Eastlake Falcons will start off with great field position.
Really just the ball put into their hands here.
Absolutely, the ball is at the 45-yard line for them. Needing a 1st down and more to put the game to bed.
Let's see what they do with this clock.
Giving it up to Galindo. Galindo finding for some yards, getting around 4 there on the play.
Eastwood needing something to happen here. Maybe a fumble, hopefully a pick.
I don't imagine them to throw the ball very much here. I mean, you're already up 14 points. You have a great running back in Steven Galindo. Just continue to feed him tonight.
If the ball gets thrown, it's going to be one of their screen passes.
Absolutely, unless they want to take a deep shot, which was an absolutely beautiful ball that previous drive.
Oh, amazing.
Luke
Placed
Melli.
right into the receiver's hands.
Giving it up to Galindo. Galindo got some room and some speed, breaking through the secondary and more. Following his blockers, they see a flag did come in, and he's tripped up around the 18-yard line in Eastwood territory.
Great stuff. There will be a flag on the play. Let's see what that's going to be on. Probably going to be a hold here.
Obviously, we've seen a few holds here tonight from both teams, but not going to matter much here.
Have seen a lot of energy from the crowd tonight.
So it's going to be a holding call against the Eastlake Falcons, pushing them back at the 43-yard line, so they do still have the first down. Two minutes left to play in this fourth quarter. Game already come to a close, it seems, as Eastlake's being very conservative with the ball here.
Eastlake looking to be quick with 2 minutes left to go.
And a whistle called by the referee right before the snap. Looks to be setting the game clock back to 2 minutes.
Clock was exactly at 2 minutes, so I think they got it's sitting at 1:55 with the scoreboard right now. They haven't reset it yet. I think that's what my cap is.
And you hear the referees calling to have the ball, to have the clock placed back at around the 2 minutes.
Taking a bit of a while here.
And
Here we go.
And it will be called. So the clock will be reset at the 2 minute mark. 2 minutes exactly left to play in this fourth quarter. Eastlake has been very dominant here tonight. About the 42-yard line. Doing some trick play here as Lomeli throws it.
That trick play would be successful there.
Wow. So Stephen Galino there with the reception. Ball looked like it was going to be broken up by number 13, Matthew Yarbrough on defense. However, Galino with the strong hands able to hold on to the ball, picking up a Eastlake first down and more.
You love to see fun plays like that, even when the team doesn't really need them.
I mean, you see stuff like this all the time when you have the lead up. Trying out some new stuff, seeing exactly what you can do to prepare for next week. As Galino takes it up the field, being brought down around the 19-yard line. And Eastwood's going to take their first time out so far. 1:49 left to play. Obviously, they're holding on to these timeouts to see when they're going to have to use them the most towards the end of the game. But under 2 minutes to play here with 1:49 left.
Really interested on seeing what Eastwood's going to do here.
Ball is placed at the 19-yard line for them.
I mean, of course, Eastwood's still very far behind in this game. Not a lot of time left to go. It is not looking bright or in their favor.
I mean, not sure what they can do here along from just keep your spirits high and just prepare for next week. Obviously, we'll see what the coaches want to do with Andre Saenz at the quarterback position, who looked very good on that first drive he came in for, going 3 for 5 on his passes. Score is now up 31-7, where UTEP is trailing to Sam Houston tonight.
Second and 6 for the Eastlake Falcons. Yeah, they got two receivers about 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Lomeli to his receiver.
Catch made by Garcia.
Number 8 there, Garcia, who will bring it up to around the 4-yard line, picking up a first and goal here for Eastlake.
Really with this game probably out of hand for Eastwood. He's not afraid to pull out some trickery here.
That is good enough for a first down. Ball is going to be placed at the 5-yard line.
Big first down for the Falcons.
Icing this game even more.
Minute 30 left to go in the game.
And Lomeli's going to keep it and be brought down around the 2-yard line. Clock is still going down, so it looks like Eastwood not going to call a timeout. Just, I guess, wanting to put this game to end.
Really wanting to put this game to end.
And Galino's going to punch it in
find the way in
for a touchdown once again. Multiple touchdowns for him tonight, already continuing to add on to this lead. 48-28 is the score with 53 seconds left to play.
Jeez. I mean, you just seen a lot of great stuff from Eastlake tonight, really utilizing their great running back, Galindo.
Absolutely great stuff for him, as he has had quite the game tonight. Obviously, Luke Lomeli had a touchdown, too.
Extra point will be good. Eastwood getting the ball back with 53 seconds left to go here.
53 seconds left. They didn't want to just put this game to bed. .53 seconds left to play. 49-28, so the extra point was good for the Eastlake Falcons.
Yeah, with 5:23 remaining in the fourth quarter, it was a one-score game. And that's when Eastlake really took control here.
Eastlake has just been very dominant so far this entire game. I mean, take a look at how his game started with the pick six and then the special teams touchdown. What do you think Eastwood was thinking after that happened, being down 14-0?
You know, I feel like the spirits got lost, you know, after those great plays made by Eastlake, really hurting Eastwood.
Absolutely. Jaden Deal signaling with the fair catch. Ball placed at the 21-yard line, where Eastwood will take over for the final time tonight.
We do not see that a lot from Deal, as he loves to run it.
He sure does, but the short kick like that and the defense running towards him and being down by quite a margin, not exactly
Ideal.
anything ideal. Not ideal for Jaden Deal. So Andre Saenz will come out once again tonight for this final Eastwood drive. Airing it out and throwing an interception, however, to the Eastlake defense. Another interception. However, the ball
be a
came
fumble.
out and picked up
Eastwood recovers it.
by Eastwood.
What
Wow.
could have been another successful play from Eastlake turned into a save by Eastwood. A lot of relief there for Eastwood.
Wow, very lucky to have the one back as Aiden Manhart was able to get right onto the ball.
41 seconds left to go.
Saenz drops back. Throws it to his receiver, Caleb Flores, who has a first down and more, fighting to go out of bounds, eventually
Does
brought down.
not let that receiver get out of bounds.
.34 seconds left to play, and the clock is still winding down.
Still ticking down.
Andre Saenz drops back. He's got room. He airs it out and is incomplete, intended for number 4, Jude Walker, who had a little bit of miscommunication there, with 19 seconds left to play for a 2nd and 10.
Ball not really seeing a connection to anybody there.
Andre Saenz drops back. He's got the blitz coming. Has the screen to Martinez. Martinez taking it up the field, getting a first down and more. Still not going down. Fighting for yardage, eventually being brought down towards the 34-yard line.
Martinez would not let himself go down. 10 seconds left to go.
What an absolute playmaker he's been tonight. for this Eastwood offense.
Let's see if Eastwood can finish the game here with a touchdown, or are they going to need it?
10 seconds left to play. Eastwood taking another timeout here. This game is over. So obviously, Eastwood will move up to 3-3, having a 0.5% win percentage. Eastlake will also move up to 3-3, as they see what they will do next week. Where Eastwood, if I'm not wrong, plays Franklin High School at home.
They will be playing Franklin High School next week.
Sure to be a good game, as we'll see what these coaches are going to want to do with their starters. It should be a fun one next week.
10 seconds remaining in the ball game. Eastlake leading Eastwood 49-28. The Troopers likely
49-28 is the score with 10 seconds left. First and 10 here. Andre Sines drops. He airs it out and overshoots his receiver.
5 seconds left in the game. Game's over.
Final play here for the Eastwood Troopers. Eastwood had 5 turnovers today. Not great stuff for them, as that's something they're very much going to have to clean up and work on next week. If they still want to prove that they're a contender here in District 6A for the playoff positions coming very soon, they're going to have to clean up the act.
We're going to have to polish their game. Last play.
Sines throws it to Jude Walker.
Walker's going to be brought down quickly, ending the game.
Slam down, getting his helmet thrown off for the final play of the game. 49-28 is your final score tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Eastlake moves on to 3-3, along with Eastwood falling to 3-3 as well. I was your host, ladies and gentlemen, Elijah Joseph, joined with my partner, Noah Salem. Thank you so much for tuning in. We hope you had a good time. Obviously, join us next week, where Eastwood will sure have a better game at home against Franklin High School. Thank you so much, and have a great night.
Have a great night.